name's Sally B, and almost 10 years ago I suffered 3 heart attacks in the space of a week. It turns out that I have a really rare heart condition that we didn't know I had. Part of my recovery was coming to terms with the loss of my health and grieving the loss of my health. At the time this happened to me, I had 3 young children under the age of 5. They're obviously growing up really quickly now, but it really worried me that their health in the future may be affected by what had happened to me. I wanted some way of protecting them. I wanted to find a way of making sure that their future health was as safe as possible.
In 2007, my son was at primary school. He was 5 or 6 years old, and one of the teachers at the school had a son who needed some stem cell therapy, and none of her family was a match. So she looked amongst everyone at school and friends to see if anyone else was a match. We all went and had our blood taken and checked for a match, and unfortunately none of us were. So I thought, gosh, what if that ever happened to me and it was my son, how would I feel? And I'd missed out on the opportunity when he was born to have the umbilical cord saved. So I decided to have a look around to see if anything could be done at a later date.
Hi, my name is Mike Byram. I am the Chief Science Officer and one of the founders of BioEden. When I talk to customers about stem cell therapy, many times they think of it as an abstract process. They don't really understand it. They think of it as science fiction or something that may happen in the distant future. The reality is stem cell therapy has been occurring for over 60 years now. The most common type of stem cell therapy would be a bone marrow donation or bone marrow transplant. The first bone marrow transplant occurred in 1956, and at that time doctors had no idea why it worked. They just knew it did. They had no concept of stem cells. It was another 7 years before stem cells were proven to exist. But now in retrospect, we know that the reason that technique worked was because of the stem cells that are present in bone marrow. In 2006 alone, just in that 1 year, more than 50,000 transplants occurred. So as you can see, this is not some distant abstract concept for the future. It's being done today in hospitals around us every single day. Their ability is really breathtaking. If you sit and think about it, they'll be able to grow organs from this material someday. Whole organs, replacement organs for you. As it turns out, children's teeth, the kind that fall out on their own when you're very young, those children's teeth are the best known source of mesenchymal stem cells. And that's why BioEden was formed. What we do is we isolate the material, we collect it, we store it, we test it, so that you, when you need it, or your children, when they need it, it will be available. We use a very highly developed and specific process, and we store the material at extremely cold temperatures. Temperatures that are so cold that the cells go into suspended animation and stop aging. What that means is that we can store them for a very, very long time. Other types of stem cells have been stored for over 25 years, thawed out and proven to be viable. And other types of cells, such as eggs and sperm, have been frozen for more than 50 years, thawed out and proven to be functional.
My 2 youngest children are part of the BioEden program. They've each had a milk tooth as it came out naturally stored, and stem cells have been taken from the tooth and they're beautifully safe.
So as a mom, I feel really confident that we've now got my son's stem cells safe for the future if he should ever need them.
As a parent, as a grandparent, it's a wonderful feeling to know that you've done absolutely the best you can for your child or your grandchild and their future health.
All of us at BioEden work very hard every day to offer this life-saving service to you and to your family. And I sincerely hope that you will let us help you by storing this material so that when your children are grown and they need it,